All right. In order to talk about films or for us to engage in films, if we're not watching them at home, and you're someone like me who loves to watch movies in theaters, because I think it's a great thing. I love being in a dark room. It's voyeuristic. You're watching film and art together, right? It's an important part of the movie going experience. When things are up on the big screen, they're different. Things are accentuated in a good and a bad way. It's an experience. Time is off. Your phone is off. I walk out of a movie theater a different person than when I walk into it, if I watch a movie. And I love that. I'm always going to go to theaters as long as they exist. However, AMC is running these platinum ad spots, more ads on top of the ones you're already seeing, starting July 1st, 2025. I guess they had resisted showing them before, like they're the good guys. Even though their competitors, Cinemark and Regal, it says here, were showing them for years with apparently no negative attendance noted. I doubt that. They're still blaming like COVID, like recovering from COVID. You've been ruining your own movie theaters for a long time, man. Has anybody been in an AMC theater? It's really hard for me to talk shit about a movie theater. I don't care who they are, because I just love going in. I love sitting down. It's exciting. Everybody knows the start time isn't when the movie starts. So in some of these articles I found about these platinum ads that they're going to run, like, not just before the movie, I guess, but like before the last trailer or two, to try and hug it as close to the line. Like, it's so gross. How long is it going to be before they run shit in the middle of a movie, like you do at TV? And then we're back where we started, in terms of like TV and cable. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you do this? It's already super expensive to go to a movie, right? Forget about it if you want to get a beer and a popcorn. I mean, it's crazy. And if there's more than one of you, and then you're not even starting the movies at the time you say you're going to start, and you're already running commercials, not just trailers, commercials, and you want to run more? What is the game plan here? What is the plan for bringing people back to the movies? It's not more ads. That can't be it. Who came up with this idea? I've got an idea. Let's run more ads. I get it, right? You need to make money. Okay. Well, you don't have very many people. The percentage of people going to movies now is so low. I always go. But the number of people that I am friends with or I talk about movies with, they don't go. And I think it's part of it is because they could do it on streaming. Sure. They've kind of forgotten the experience, Personally, I love to go to local theaters because they're playing vintage films. Count the ways that movie theaters have really fucked themselves. Superhero movies, almost exclusively, it feels like, in theaters. It's an exaggeration, but I'm just saying they were taking up a lot of screens for 12 years? There's the diversity in terms of genre or types of film at a theater has been so one note for so long. That's strike one. Strike two, you started running commercials, and it hasn't been that long, because I remember when they first started running commercials, I would say maybe 2010, maybe 2004. I don't remember what year it was, but I used to actually turn my back to the screen and look at people behind me. I did it for a while. Obviously, it didn't work. That was my protest. But you know what? I tried. That's what I tried to do. I was trying to send a message to the other three people in the theaters that I wasn't going to stand for it. And here I am going to movies still, maybe like a fool. But, I knew it was in vain, but I did it anyway. So now what are we going to do? Why don't you just run commercials and then give us a little tiny floppy disk of the movie. We'll go home and watch it, and that'll be that. We'll just watch 2 hours of commercials, and then we'll go home and watch whatever movie we had intended to watch. How about that? Why don't we just do that? Or maybe you could just staple ads to our eyes as we watch the movie. Or you could have someone whisper in our ear like, Nike shoes, or whatever. Jolly Ranchers. Just have different people. It's called the whisper ticket. If you buy a ticket, we'll give you half off if you let one of the brands we run commercials on whisper into your ear at different times throughout the movie. It'll be kind of fun. People love it. Kids will love it. It will make it kind of fun. They'll dress up like characters, and it'll everybody will just be throwing money in the air. Everyone's making money. You're not making money, AMC. That's what's going to happen. You're going to lose money. How about just lowering the prices of everything and stop running ads? Yeah, you won't make as much money right away, but more people will go. I think it's kind of one of the things that failed movie theaters is it's been so long since so many people have seen a movie or had an experience at a movie theater that didn't involve a superhero that they've forgotten the value of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, think about before the superhero thing, and I'm not trying to knock superhero or Marvel or whatever. I think those can be. It's not my bag, but those can be okay. But if you have 10 screens, it shouldn't be on half of them, right? I mean, let's get real here. Where's the Insomnias? Where's all those movies where you can just go in and get a completely different experience that's about dialogue and people aren't getting thrown through walls? I think they forget this, like the happy storm, the perfect storm. I don't know about happy, unhappy storm maybe, of people going through their lives without having that movie theater experience that maybe they had when they were younger. Like now I just go. I'll go to anywhere, right? I have an AMC near me. I don't like going to it. It feels like, I don't know, like an abandoned circus where there's stuff. You can smell popcorn. The people there are making $10 an hour. They don't care, and they shouldn't. They're very nice, I guess, some of them. It's terrible. The whole experience is fucking terrible. That's the problem. You're curating a shitty experience. And by adding these platinum ads, platinum for whom, I might ask, that's just making it worse. It should be a fucking crime for you to say, the movie starts at 7, and then you get there at 7, and it starts at 7:25 or 7:30. You just stole 25 minutes of my fucking time, man. People already don't want to leave their house because they're working remotely and their ass is stuck to the couch. I'm the same way. You get them to go there, and then they go there, and by the time the last trailers are going, they're done with their popcorn, and that's it. And now they got to get into the movie. So, and all movies, it seems like nowadays, are 3 hours long, which, if it's good, I'm okay with it, but not all of them are. So you got a 2.5 hour movie. You got everything's taking forever. Now it's a whole day. You got to take a whole day off. You want to see a matinee, maybe sneak out for a long lunch at work. You can get back by 2:30 if it starts at 12, but it doesn't start at 12. It starts at 12:30, and then now you're late and you get fired and you're on the streets, and now you really can't afford to go to movies. I don't know. It's a huge mess. I don't know what the solution is for them. I don't see their books. Maybe if I saw their books, I might be a little more sympathetic to some of their ideas, not platinum ads, not commercials. Trailers, starting on time, concessions that are actually affordable. Somehow you got to pull people back into the theater to remind them of the experience, and you're not going to do it with Ant-Man 4 or Captain America 12. They've fucking already seen it, man. They've already seen it. They don't want to see it. The people, they make money. Sure, they make money. But what about the rest of us? There's got to be a Festivus for the rest of us, is what I'm saying. AMC, fuck you. How about that? Let me know what you think.